Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of history's biggest what-ifs. How did Napoleon Bonaparte, the military genius who conquered most of Europe, ultimately face defeat? It wasn't just one single battle, but a series of colossal mistakes that unraveled his empire. Let's start with the first major blunder, the continental system. In 1806, Napoleon tried to cripple Great Britain economically by forbidding his allies and conquered territories from trading with them. The idea was to bring Britain to its knees without a single shot fired across the channel. But this plan backfired spectacularly. It hurt European economies far more than it hurt Britain's, leading to widespread smuggling and resentment. His allies started to whisper, and his enemies grew bolder. This economic warfare just created more problems than it solved. Next up, the disastrous Peninsular War. In 1808, Napoleon decided to invade Spain and Portugal to enforce his continental system. He thought it would be a quick victory. He was wrong. The Spanish and Portuguese people rose up in a brutal guerrilla war, a little war that bled French forces dry for years. It became known as the Spanish Ulcer, a constant drain on manpower and resources that Napoleon desperately needed elsewhere. The Duke of Wellington and his British forces also got involved, making it an even bigger nightmare for the French. But the final fatal mistake was the invasion of Russia in 1812. This is the one everyone talks about. Napoleon marched his Grande Armée, over 500,000 strong, deep into Russia. He expected a decisive battle, but the Russians just kept retreating, burning everything in their path. This scorched earth tactic left the French army with no food and no supplies. By the time Napoleon reached a deserted and burning Moscow, winter was setting in. The retreat was one of the greatest military disasters in history. Starvation, freezing temperatures, and relentless Russian attacks decimated his army. Only a tiny fraction made it back. After the Russian catastrophe, Napoleon's enemies saw their chance. A coalition of nations, including Russia, Prussia, Austria, and Britain, ganged up on him. Even though he fought brilliantly in the campaigns that followed, his army was a shadow of its former self, filled with raw, inexperienced recruits. He was eventually defeated at the Battle of Leipzig, the Battle of Nations, and forced to abdicate in 1814. Of course, he made a dramatic comeback for the 100 Days, but his final defeat at Waterloo was really just the epilogue to a story of decline that started years earlier. So it wasn't just one battle. It was a combination of economic overreach, a quagmire in Spain, and a catastrophic invasion of Russia that brought the great Napoleon down. What do you think was his biggest mistake? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.